Are you looking to run a little bit larger tire or some more clearance in the rear of your Honda Pioneer 1000? Well, today we're going to show you how to install SuperATV's high clearance rear offset A-arms. So let's jump right in. So the first thing you'll want to do is go ahead and remove the rear tires from your machine. We've already went through and loosened up our hardware just for demonstration purposes. So the first thing we're going to do is remove our cotter pin from our castle nut, then the castle nut. Then we'll go over here and we'll remove our brake caliper by removing the 2 bolts. Just grab your caliper, wiggle it off. Just take it, set it up out of the way. Go ahead and grab your hub, slide it off as well. The next thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and remove our hardware for our shock from the lower A-arm. Then our sway bar link hardware off the A-arm. We'll pick up on the A-arm here, pull our shock bolt out, pick up on the A-arm enough to get our sway bar link removed. Let our A-arms drop. Then we'll grab a ratchet strap and we'll tie our shock up out of the way. And then you'll want to remove your brake line hardware from the brake line, connecting it to the upper A-arm. We've already done this. So we'll go ahead and we'll remove the hardware that attaches to our knuckle from our upper A-arm, as well as our lower A-arm. And just pick up on your A-arm. We're going to go ahead and remove the lower hardware first. That'll allow the lower A-arm to drop. Then we'll pick up on the upper, remove the hardware from the knuckle, set the knuckle aside, and make sure you don't let your axle completely drop. Pick up on your A-arm here. Use the shock to kind of hold it. Then you'll just plunge your axle in, pull it out, just like that. We'll go ahead and remove our lower A-arm hardware. Remove the bolts. And your A-arm. We'll come up here to our upper A-arm hardware. Remove it. Remove the upper A-arm. Then repeat all these steps for the opposite side, and then we're going to grab our new rear offset A-arms and get them installed. So we've got our rear A-arm here. What we're going to do is go ahead and cut the zip tie off the bushings. And we know that this is the right A-arm for this side because it says SuperATV and it's facing towards the rear. So what we're going to do is just slide it into the A-arm tabs on the frame. So once we get our A-arms on there, we'll go ahead and start our nut on each of our bolts. We'll go ahead and grab our knuckle, slide it in to our A-arm. Make sure it's all lined up. Start the nut. So now we're going to take our upper A-arm, slide it into place. Once we have it all lined up, we'll go ahead and start our nuts on our bolts here. Just like that. And this time what we're going to do, we're going to tie our A-arm up. So once we have our upper A-arm tied up out of the way, we'll go ahead and grab our axle and reinstall it. What what I like to do is just take it and spin it until you feel it grab inside of there. And an older axle, you can plunge it out and smack it in there like that. This is a new axle. So what I'm gonna do is take a rubber mallet and just smack it right in. So once we have our axle installed, we'll grab our knuckle, slide our axle into our knuckle, and kind of get our shock lined up with our A-arm, just for the time being, and then we'll cut our top A-arm loose so that way it'll drop down. It'll drop down into position, and we'll take our bolt. Get it lined up. We'll go ahead and reattach our sway bar linkage. Just get it slid right into the hole. Just like that. We'll start our nut on our sway bar link. Grab our hub. Get it slid back onto our axle. Just like that. Castle nut on. We'll take our brake caliper, slide it back onto the rotor, get our bolts put back in, caliper here. Then we'll just use the provided brake line clips to attach our brake line to our A-arm. So now we have all of our hardware started and everything's put back together. All we're gonna do is go ahead and fully tighten all our hardware and then repeat all the same steps for the opposite side. And there you have it. That's how super quick and easy it is to install SuperATV's rear offset high clearance A-arms on this Honda Pioneer 1000. For more information on these A-arms or any of SuperATV's great products, feel free to give us a call at 855-743-3427 or check us out online at superatv.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.